Welcome back to another episode of CoverAll Joe. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, then welcome back. Been a while since I recorded. I took a really long and needed rest. If you guys don't know, I'm a truck driver. I finished a contract recently. I decided to take it easy with all this COVID and whatnot. I just took some time off, visited some family down Puerto Rico. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw a couple of pictures there. But we're back at it. Today we're working on the Mighty Max once again. All we're doing is a quick little tune-up. Got some new spark plugs. I want to try them out. They're factory size, just a little more modern, and a few other little things here and there that I've done to the Mighty Max behind the scenes. They posted on Instagram though, so follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I also do have some headlamp upgrades. Give you guys a before and after so you can judge yourself. But I already took a quick peek and it looks pretty good. Other than that, guys, give her a little TLC. Got much more planned for this vehicle and the others, so stay tuned. But like always, I don't like getting dirty, so let's go ahead and change the tire. All right, now we're set. Let's go ahead and start with the oil change and the spark plug. Just a quick tune-up, and then we'll speak about everything else I've done the last recent month. Let's get to it. Well, to start off, we have the oil filter. Of course, the oil. We got a drain plug, a new one. We got the oil filter wrench. We have the new spark plugs. These are platinum alloy spark plugs. They're a little more modern for the vehicle, but I'm gonna try them out. Of course, the socket, the wrench. Got some brake cleaner I used to clean any oil spills I create. And of course, safety equipment, glove, and protective eyewear. Also got the oil pan here to then recycle the oil eventually. Since the car is lowered, gotta jack it up just to do an oil change. Open this just in case it has any pressure, any vacuum or whatever. Alright, then we go down here, grab a 17mm socket and loosen up the drain bolt. And while that's draining, you can go ahead and use the oil filter pliers. And we can loosen up the filter. Now this is a clever trick. Use some of this brake parts cleaner and just spray on areas where the filter goes. A quick solvent, it'll dry quick, or you can wipe it down with a rag, excess oil off. Now we got the old drain plug and the new one with his gasket. Install it. Spray that too with the brake cleaner. Since I'm here, I do have a cluster, dash cluster on this vehicle from another model of Mighty Max, where it actually has a oil pressure gauge. This sender here is just a on-off signal. This one is a sender, one wire sender that tells you how much oil pressure there is. So we gotta swap it over since we're doing the oil change now. Got a little Teflon tape there. When installing the new oil filter, don't forget to wet the rubber seal with a little bit of the oil. Also, it's a good idea to put the date on the filter as well, just to keep a record when you did it. And it's always good also to put some oil in it, so that way it won't run completely dry at first. In this case, it's gonna spill a little bit, but and even though we use the pliers to take it off, when putting it in, it's hand tight, as hard as you can with your hand. Well, it's the next day. After I finished changing the filter, it started leaking. And lesson learned, you're supposed to check your filters before installing them. This one was by the book at the parts store, but the seal is too small to seal here. So once I compared to the old one, I noticed that. So I went ahead and got another filter. So this is the O-ring of the oil filter that the truck originally had. Just that little bit of a difference. So the new one fixed perfect. So lesson learned, always double check your oil filters. Once again, just wet the seal with new engine oil and install second time. And tighten. Let's connect the oil sender unit wire to the new one. Okay, nice tug. And plug it in. All set. Now here we go. Pour in the new oil. Make sure to use a good funnel. The book says 5 quarts, but it took a little less than 5 quarts. Go ahead and clean the dipstick. Take an accurate measure. Looks good. And we're all set. Put the cap back on. And the oil change is done. A pro tip, for you to get a safe start, meaning turning over the engine without turning it on, you can, in the Mighty Max, you can take off or unplug the fuel pump relay, which is located here in the passenger side kick panel. So once you unscrew it, you pop out the panel, like so, and you can go ahead and unplug it. And this helps it prime the oil pump and the oil galleries. You go ahead and just start or turn over the engine a couple of times for a couple of seconds. Once you do so, you go ahead and recheck your dipstick. If the level is good, then you're all set. We handled that oil filter situation. Let's go ahead and install these bad boys. They are factory spec or factory size. They're just modern spark plugs. Let's see how she runs. Hopefully it runs better. Here's the parts number. Not too bad. Old versus new. As per engine specification, for US the gap is from 0.39 to 0.43 inch. That's why we have this. It's a little gap gauge. What you go ahead and do is you place the gap gauge between the spark plug head or spark area, then you run it until it is snug tight, and that's how you gap spark plugs. Not too tight, and you're good. Now repeat with the other ones. Alright, so spark plugs are in. Let's give it a crank to see how she feels, how she sounds. Alright, so the oil pressure is working. This cluster is from a Dodge D50, which comes with more of the gauges. The original one only had speedometer, fuel, temperature, and didn't have the RPM gauge. It's a nice little upgrade. So the RPM's running good, and the oil pressure gauge working. Cool. I call that a successful tune-up. A few months ago, I also installed this oil catch can, which is a little filthy. Just a cheap online oil catch can, just to help with the PCV valve situation. Very simple. First, I installed the canister here in the radiator support. I just found a existing 10mm bolt hole, installed it here just for convenience sakes. Brought new hose, a few hose clamps. What I did was I put a breather on this side so it'll suck in fresh air and then suck out through here through a PCV valve into the canister where it collects any of the debris, oil, gunk, or anything else till when it's full. And then from here in the in, we go to the out, and this goes into the intake manifold through one of the ports in the bottom. So all that is getting sucked in from the engine to the canister, back into the intake. Also, I installed a new replacement wiper and wiper motor. The original one was kind of giving up. Now I do have a set of new headlamps for the Mighty Max. Here we go. This is the one I initially bought. Just got projector style lights. They're all LEDs. So that being said, I'll just keep this one for another vehicle, just buy the other one, and then I have 2 sets of LED headlamps, 5x7s. So catch you guys later. Now we start first by taking off the front grille. Take out these few screws. Once they're on bolt, just pry out the grille. Next, we gotta unscrew the 4 screws that hold the lamp ring. Now remove the lamp ring. And don't forget to unplug the headlamp. And now you can remove the original headlamp. Out with the old, in with the new. DOT approved. Make sure those letters are straight when you install them. And everything else pretty much reverse. Put the lamp ring over it. Screw back the 4 screws. Pretty much it. Now you repeat the same on the other side and you install the grill. Very simple. Shouldn't take you more than maybe 45 minutes to an hour. And all you really need is a screwdriver. Here you can see a side-by-side comparison before and after. These are the dark roads near where I live. The difference is night and day. Very nice. And there we have it. The new front LED headlamps for the Mighty Max. I showed you guys the before and after, and I completely 100% recommend them. They're bright, they look sharp, they look very modern to the front end. Easy to install, very practical, and it's a big upgrade. I am gonna put a link down in the description to get your hands on one of these sets. I completely 100% recommend them. The difference is humongous. I love them. So you let me know what you think down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you still haven't. Much more content coming by. Thank you for watching. CoverAll out.